One thing that we could do here to reduce the poly count is go here to this first subdivision, select the polygons that we want to do polygroup. Let's see if it's gonna work. So here I'm gonna isolate. Let's turn the double. I'm gonna isolate all the edge loops that I actually don't want. Right? Then turn off symmetry. Right. Here it didn't work it with the symmetry, so let's do like this. And check here. Yeah, I have this. And let's see. Pay attention. I isolated the loops in the first subdivision, not in the last one. Why? Because now, let's try. We can delete in the highest subdivision. We can delete lower subdivisions. So now the object have no subdivisions, right? So in this way we can use the del hidden, modify topology and del hidden, right? So now I just deleted that part that I selected, and now you can see here that I'm able to reconstruct my subdivisions. But no, we didn't. Why we didn't? Because I don't know. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't work. Right. So let's go back and do everything. Let's see. Everything is there. Let's check. If we go here and we hide the subdivisions, we raise the subdivisions, and let's check. You can see here that we have these lines, and this one is stronger than this one, which is stronger than this one, which is stronger than this one. These are the lines of the subdivisions levels, you know. So what I try to do is select the loops in order to have like this, and keep the border for the first subdivision, which should be these two edge loops, you know. Let's see. Yeah, it should work. Let's try another time. Delete lower. So now if we choose here, we selected this, invert selection, right? It's hidden. So now each del hidden, and let's try to reconstruct. Yeah, enable. Maybe it's because we have two models. If we just have like one, let's del hidden 2 and reconstruct. Yeah, what I said, it worked. Reconstruct, 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 reconstruct. You can see? Clearly reconstructed. And then you go back, and there it is. So now we can do the same thing to mirror. Subtool master, mirror, merge with one subtool, the x-axis, and okay. It's always good to do a quick save before. And there it is. We have the mesh with the deleted polygons. I hope you understand. The trick here is if I delete just like these edge loops here, the mesh will be unable to reconstruct, right? And also if you have symmetry. So you can go back and watch it again. I believe it's clear. So check, the polyculture was reduced. What happened? Why it didn't keep my... Here I have the subdivision levels, and once I hit the mirror, it didn't keep it. Let's check. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. So another thing that we can do is, in order to do this, no, we can do another way of doing a mirror. We can go to mirror and weld, right? The mesh is hidden. Well, so the mesh is here, unable to reconstruct, they're hidden, and reconstruct subdivision. Or even before reconstruct subdivision, let's do it manually. Mirror and weld, and now reconstruct subdivision. Oh damn, sometimes the ZBrush makes me, you know. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like a bug. Here I have reconstructed everything. And then quick save. There is another way to do this. You can actually duplicate this model, right? We have two versions of this, and I'm gonna del my low subdivisions again, and now I'm gonna do a single mirror here in deformation mirror. You know, this mirror don't create another model, it just reflects the model. So now here I have this, and now I can, but it just work when we have no subdivisions, right? So here we can reconstruct subdivisions, right, until the last one. So now we have 6 subdivisions for this model and 6 subdivisions for this other model, right? And we have these two models. Be sure you put go back. Be sure you put in the highest subdivision with the same number of levels, you know. So now we have these two. Check which one is in above the other. So now you can go here and merge. Always I like to enable the UV and then merge down. It should keep the subdivision. No, it lost again. Okay, so let me see. Well, sorry guys, I tried a lot of ways and the ZBrush don't work. Really, it's a creepy thing. I believe it's some bug because we have two models. But I will not delete this video because you can understand what we did in order to reduce some polygons, you know. If it was just one side, it would work, as you just saw, you just seen. The thinking here, the way is to select the edge loops that will be in the first subdivision, right? Like this, and you should delete when you are in the highest subdivision, and then you reconstruct, and then it should work. But if you have two models, like a mirrored models, it will not work. So let's continue in this case and project the texture here. Before we project the texture, let's open the UVs, UV master, work on clone, unwrap, and then copy UVs, go back to the root scene, zip plugin, UV master, and paste UVs. Right. Change the material to basic. Now you can see the bugs. Sometimes it needs to do a fill object, sometimes not. I have a shortcut for the fill object, which is G. But you remember color and then fill object. Okay, so I create a base layer with no details and a second layer with texture details. Right. So now we go to surface, noise, UV projection, and we can paste that one. I will leave the same, right? Store morph target in order to have a model without this to make the erasers. And now we can apply to mesh and then go here and erase with the morph brush, right? Only on the stitches. Right, and this one we didn't erase it over here. Here, my morph brush. So let's erase now. You know those things that the software don't work and make some bugs. It always happen in classroom, you know. Teacher is always going to be used with those things happens. But you know, I leave it here because I believe we have some good information for you. And even it's an online course, if it was how can I say it? Yeah, presential classroom, I would be the same, you know. I would try to resolve the bug, but in this case, no success, but it's okay. So now we have all these parts with textures projected. For the stripes, I'm gonna leave like this. just made some wear and tear after, but I'm gonna leave like this just to create more the sensation of difference, you know. Here we can feel some leather texture, and here more kind of I don't know, more smooth, some material smoother, more flatter material. You got it. So here we have the two models, and then after we can start to add more layers and do the wear and tear like for each side, and start to make difference, right? So there it is.